So let's start. So we are going to discuss about binomial trees. So what are binomial trees? So binomial trees, I'll just zoom it a bit. So binomial tree is a way of finding option prices. Binomial tree is a way of finding option prices. So the models that we are going to discuss is single stage binomial model, and double stage or two stage binomial model. But in real life, mostly binomial trees are not used to find prices of option. Black-Scholes-Merton model, Black-Scholes-Merton model is used, BSM model is used, or like if Black-Scholes is used anyways. No, I'm not sharing my screen. Sorry for that. Thank you for that. I thought I was sharing my screen. So let's start again. So binomial tree is a way of finding option prices. So there are two types of option, calls and puts. So binomial tree is a way of finding prices for calls and prices for puts. Okay. There is single stage binomial model and there is two stage binomial model that we are going to discuss. So we'll go there. But in real life, binomial are not used to price options. Mostly Black-Scholes-Merton model is used to price options. And anyways, if binomial trees is to be considered, you need more than 30 steps, more than 30 steps to actually find relevant prices. But we are not going to discuss 30 steps because it takes too long. So the syllabus is restricted to single stage and double stage binomial models. You need to know that it is not mostly used in real life. Black-Scholes-Merton model is more famous. And also, if at all binomial trees are used, then more than 30 step binomial model is used for finding out. Now, what is binomial tree? So binomial tree is a tree of possibilities. Binomial tree is a tree of possibilities. So we take into consideration possible stock prices in future. We take into consideration possible stock prices in future, right? Based on certain variables, based on U, D, P, and 1 minus P. So we create the tree, we create a binomial tree using certain variables. So those variables are U, D, P, 1 minus P. How to calculate them, we'll discuss, but conceptually you need to understand what's happening. U is upward movement in stock. What does that mean? How much up can the stock go from the current price? How much up can the stock go? That is U, the upward movement in stock, which is based on volatility of stock and current stock price. Okay. Then D is downward movement of stock, which is again based on volatility and current stock price. So downward movements means how much down can the stock go to. P is probability of going up, and 1 minus P is probability of going down. So what are we going to do? We are going to create a tree. We are going to create a tree using the current stock price. If what happens if it goes up, what happens if it goes down? So up and down. Then what is the probability of going up? What is the probability of going down? So based on that, we create a tree, right? Then depending on whether it is a call or put, we start solving the tree. from roots to top. So we start at the roots of the tree and then we go up to top. Okay. So once again, what is a binomial tree? Binomial tree is a tree of possibilities. It gives out possible stock prices for a given stock. It is created using certain variables like U, how much up can the stock go, D, how much down can the stock go, P, probability of going up, 1 minus P, probability of going down. And then once we create that tree, we start solving it to get the final call price. Okay. So I'm going to copy down the steps. We are going to follow those steps and start solving for calls, single stage put, double stage call, double stage put. The process remains same whether it's a call or put. So I'm just going to copy this. Okay. Save this one. So if a stock doesn't pay dividend, this is the format that you have to use when the stock doesn't pay any dividend and the prices are normal. So it's a normal stock, European stocks, so European options like calls and puts, and doesn't pay any dividend. So this is the model given for that. There are certain adjustments that you have to do if the stock is American, and you have to do certain adjustments if the stock is paying dividends. So we'll see that too. Okay. So let's start. So let's look into the steps. So to solve any binomial tree problem, certain things will be given to you, and based on that you have to follow these steps. So what is step one? You determine U and D. U is how much up can the stock go, D is how much down can the stock go. It depends on volatility of stock. U is calculated as exponential to the power volatility into square root of time, right? D is calculated as exponential to the power minus volatility square root of time. So this is how you calculate U. This is how you calculate D. Now this time, you have to remember, time is delta T. Delta T means time for the step. So I'll give you an example. So let's say it's a 1 year option. So time will be 1. Okay. But if it is a 2 year option, but it has 2 steps, right? Instead of 1, still the time will be 1. So time element, time element is delta T, change in time, not the overall time. So if it is a 3-stage model and it's a 3-year option, so each stage composes of 1 year. So time becomes 1, right? If it is a 6 months option, right, and it composes of 1 step, then its time is 6 months. So based on whatever is the change of step, whatever is the step time, that you have to consider, not the total time. Okay. So T is delta T or step time. Okay. It will be more clear when we start solving. Step 2, determine P and 1 minus P. So actually this has to be going up. That's okay. So P is given, P is probability of going up. It is given as A minus D divided by U minus D. U and D you have calculated up. So substitute here, but we need A. So first calculate A. A is exponential R into T. So first calculate that. Substitute here, you get P. Once you have P, you can calculate 1 minus P. Okay. Once you have P, you can calculate 1 minus P. Then we draw the tree and solve for the roots, right? So we start at the roots and go to the top. Now certain things you have to remember. U is probability of going up, D is probability of going down, U is movement of stock up, D is movement of stock down, not the probability. P is probability of rise, 1 minus P is probability of fall, R is risk-free rate, and T is time. So let's take some problems, right? And then try to do it. So let's solve for one stage call option first. Let's solve for one stage call option. So certain things are given to you. So let's say stock price is given. So stock price is $40. Exercise price is given. Exercise price is also called as strike price. So let's say stock strike price is $41. Okay. Volatility of stock is given. Volatility is, let's say, 15%. Risk-free rate, let's say 4% is the risk-free rate. And time is given. So it's a 1 year option. Okay. So these things are given to you. They will ask you, what is the call option premium? What is the call option premium, or what is the call option price? Now, how to do it? So we'll follow the steps. What is step one? Step one is calculate U and D. Now, how to calculate U? So I'll copy the formula and then we'll solve it. Okay. We'll copy the formula and then we'll solve it. U is exponential volatility into square root of time. So it is exponential volatility 15% into square root of time. Time is 1. It's a one step model and 1 year. So time is 1. Okay. So if stock goes up, it will go up by 1.16%, right? So if stock goes up, it will go up 1.16 times, not percent, 1.16 times. Now what happens if stock goes down? So D is calculated as exponential negative sign volatility 15% into square root of time. Time is 1. Okay, so you have U, you have D. We use these formulas to calculate it. Step 2, we need to find first A. Based on A, we'll calculate P, and based on P, we'll calculate 1 minus P. Now A is given as exponential. A is given as exponential R into T. R is risk-free rate. So risk-free rate is 4% times T is 1. So it is 1.04. P is given as A minus D. So 1.04. P is given as A minus D. I'll copy the formula so that you can refer, because I know those formulas, but easier if for you to refer. Okay, this was A, calculation of A. We are doing calculation of P. So it is equals to A that we just calculated minus D divided by U minus D. So it is 0.59. P is 0.59. So 1 minus P will be 0.40. So what do we have? We have upward movement. We have downward movement. We have probability of upward movement. And we have probability of downward movement. Okay. So this was probability up and probability down. So U and D are important, and P and 1 minus P are important for us to draw the tree. Next, we'll start drawing the tree. So how to draw the tree? So first put down times. Time 0, time 1. Okay, time 0, time 1. At time 0, put down these variables, stock price and call option price. Okay. At time 1, so let's put down things that we know first. Stock price is 40. Okay. Call option price we have to calculate. So I'm going to highlight it. So at time 0, at the start of it, stock was at 40 bucks. Now stock can go up or it can go down. So we know certain things. So stock up, I'll go a little bit up, stock up. Okay. So if stock goes up, it goes up by U. So U is 1.16. So if stock goes up, it goes up by U. So previous stock price multiplied by U gives you movement of stock in the upward direction. We know probability and we have to find out call option price. What is the probability? Probability of moving up is 0.59. Call option price. So call option benefits if price is above exercise price. Call option makes money if price is above exercise price. The price is 46. Exercise price is 41. Price is 46. Exercise price is 41. So call option will have 46 minus 41, $5.47 in money, right? So call option will have some profit. It will have a price of 5.47 because the options, the contract is closing, it is expiring. If the expiry happens above the strike price, call option makes money. So that's why it is positive and it is 5.47. Same way, stock can go up, but it can also go down. So I'll copy this. We'll make few changes and we'll solve. So instead of stock going up, it can go down. If it goes down to 0.86. If it goes down, it goes down to 0.86. What is the probability of going down? Probability of going down is 40%, 0.4. Okay. So let's find out if stock goes down, it goes down to $34. If stock goes down, it goes down to $34. Now, when the stock goes down and it closes below the exercise price was 41. Stock is closing at 34. So call options will be 0 because if it closes below exercise price, the call option goes to 0. So we know prices at call option prices at time 1 when it expires $5 and $0. Now we have to start solving the tree and move back. So how do we move back? We have to calculate call option price at time 0. So call option price at time 0 equals to call option price if it goes up into probability of going up plus call option price if it goes down, it goes down into probability of going down. So up probability multiplied by call option price, down probability multiplied by call option price. And we have to discount it into exponential. We have to discount it by risk-free rate times t. So minus 4% times 1. So call option price right now is $3.14. Call option price right now is $3.14. Okay, so I'll make it a little fancy so that it looks like a tree. And quickly recap it. So how did we solve? How did we do this? So step 1, calculate UND. Okay, there is formulas for that. Step 2, calculate A first, then P and 1 minus P. There are formulas for that. Then draw the tree time 0, time 1, at 0 stock price and call option price. At time 1 stock if it goes up, probability of going up, call option price. Stock, if it goes down, probability of going down, call option price. Start solving the tree from the roots, go to the top. Any questions? Okay. So let's do one more. I'll give you 5 minutes. So let's say these things are given. The price is 50 bucks. The exercise price is 49 bucks. Okay. Probability of going up is volatility of stock is 25%. Risk-free rate is 4%. And time is 1 year. And we are doing single stage call option. So I'll pause the recording. Okay. And give you 5 minutes so that you can try, and then we'll discuss. Okay. So let's try it out. Always follow the steps. Step 1, we have to calculate U and D. Step 2, we calculate A, P, and 1 minus P. Once we have these things, we draw the tree. Okay. So let's start. So U is calculated as exponential. I'll again copy the formula so that you can refer. So these are the formulas. So let's start. U is calculated as exponential volatility 25% times square root of T. T is 1. Okay. Square root of T. T is 1. Then D is calculated as exponential negative sign volatility times square root of 1. So we know U, we know D. Okay. These are the formulas. U is upward move, D is downward move. Okay. Then we have to calculate A. A is calculated as exponential risk-free rate 4% times T, that is 1. So 1.04. Then we calculate P. P is A minus D divided by U upward move minus downward move. Okay. So P is 51%. So 1 minus P will be 48%. So we know if the stock moves up, it goes up by 1.28 times. If it moves down, it moves down by 0.77 times. We know if it goes up, there is 51% probability of that happening. If it moves down, there is 48% probability of that happening, because if you do it in percentage, 52% chance it goes up, 48% chance it goes down. Now we have to draw the trees. So always start with time 0 and time 1. Time 0, we need stock and call option price. Time 0, we need stock and call option price. At time 1, we need stock. Okay. Then probability and call option price. So if time stock goes up, first possibility. Second possibility is stock can go down too. So stock down, probability and call option price. So I'll make it a bit fancy so that it looks like a tree. Okay, so we'll start filling it up and then start solving. So current stock price is 50 bucks. Okay, call option price we have to calculate. If stock moves up, it moves up by 1.28 times. If stock moves down, it moves down by 0.77 times. So if stock moves up, it will be 50 times U, 1.28. If stock moves down, it will be 50 times D, that is 38. What is probability of it moving up? Probability is 52%. What is probability of it moving down? 48%. Okay. Now, the exercise price was 49. So if stock goes to 64, you'll make money. If stock goes above 49, you'll make money. So how much money you will make? 64 minus exercise price 49. If it goes down and it is below 49, you will not make money. Call options will have zero value. So solve for call option at the root. Okay, 15 and 0. Then bring it back. How to bring it back? So call option price today will be probability of moving up into price if it moves up plus probability of moving down into price if it moves down times exponential risk-free rate 4% into 1. So probability it moves up into price if it moves up plus probability it moves down into price if it moves down, discounted, so negative sign, 4% into 1. So call option price is 7.57. I'm just checking if I discounted. Yeah, I did discount. Any questions? Okay. Let's move on to single stage put options. Let's move on to single stage put options. So let's say this is given to you, but it's a put option. So process remains same. If it is put or call, you calculate U, you calculate D, you calculate P, A, 1 minus P, you draw the tree, but now it is a put option. So if price is below exercise price, you'll make money. So you have to remember that. So call makes money if price is above exercise. Put makes money if price is below exercise. So that's the difference. Okay. Process remains same. So let's do it for put option. If these variables are given, stock price is 50, exercise price is 49, volatility 25%, risk-free rate 4%, but now it is a put option. Now it is a put option. So let's solve. Steps remain same. Step 1, calculate U and D. Step 2, calculate A first, then P and 1 minus P. Then we'll draw the tree and solve for it. So just go down a bit. Okay. So I'll copy the formulas. If you're solving it with me, it becomes little easy. So exponential volatility 25% into square root of time. T is 1. Okay. D, exponential, negative sign, volatility into square root of time. Time is 1. A is calculated as exponential, risk-free rate 4% times 1. Okay. P is calculated as A minus D. So A minus D divided by U minus D. A minus D divided by U minus D. So in percentage, it is 52%. Then 1 minus P, 48%. So we have U and D, we have P and 1 minus P. We'll create a tree and then solve it. So when you create a tree, time is 0, time is 1. Okay. At time 0, you have stock price and you want to calculate put prices. Okay. Stock can go up. There is a probability of going up and there is a put price. Stock can go down. There is probability of going down and there is put price. Okay. So let's start filling it out. Stock price right now is 50 bucks. That is given to you. It is 50. Stock, if it goes up by 1.28 times. If it goes down by 0.77 times. So if stock goes up, it will go up to 50 times U. If stock goes down, it will go down 50 times D. Okay. Probability of going up 52%. Probability of going down 48%. Probability of moving up 52%. Probability of moving down 48%. Now we have to figure out put price. Now put price is opposite of call. So if price is below 49, you make money. If price is above 49, exercise price was 49. So if price is below 49, you make money. If price is above 49, you don't make money. So if price is 64, you don't make money. So put price is 0. If price is 38, you do make money. How much money you make? 49 minus 38. So you start making money below the price of 49. So 49 minus 38 is the put price. So we have to solve the tree now. So I'll just make it color coded so it looks like a tree. So we are at the roots. We found out the put prices based on the exercise price. Now we'll go back and start solving. So put price here is probability of going up into price if it goes up plus probability of going down into price if it goes down into exponential risk-free rate 4% times 1. So put price is 4.65. Any questions? Okay. So we have done call, 2 call problems, 1 put problem, single stage. So let's make it a little bit more complex. let's have a two-stage call option. Let's have a two-stage call option. So drawing the tree will be different, right? Rest of the steps are same. So I'll just make something up and we'll start solving. So let's say stock price is $100. Exercise price is, let's say, 110. Exercise price is 110. Volatility is 40%. Stock is extremely, or 30%. Stock is more volatile. Let's say time is 2 years. Okay. And the risk-free rate is 4%. This is given to you. It's a two-stage call option. So you have to find out call option price. Okay, you have to find out call option price. So initial steps remains the same. So step 1, find U, D. Step 2, find P, sorry, A first, then P, and 1 minus P. Okay. Once you have this, we'll draw the tree and solve for it. So only difference between a single stage and a double stage is while calculating, you have to divide it by 2 now. So I'll explain. So U will be exponential. Okay. Risk-free exponential positive. You are calculating U. So volatility times time divide by 2. Why are we dividing it by 2? Because it is a two-stage model. It's not a single stage model. Single stage model we don't divide by 2, but two-stage models we divide the total time by 2. Okay. So we found out U. So 1.34. D will be exponential. Okay. 30 times time by 2. So 74. So okay, one mistake I did. We have to take square root of time. Square root of time by 2. Okay, and here also square root of time by 2. I forgot the square root. So in double stage model, it will be, formula will be square root of time by 2 and total time by 2, and here also total time by 2. Sometimes they give you total time, sometimes they give you change in time. So if delta is given, don't divide it by 2, but if total time is given, then divide it by 2. So we found out U, exponential, volatility into square root of time by 2. We calculated D, exponential, negative sign, volatility into square root of time by 2. Then we calculate A, it is exponential, risk-free rate 4% times 2 by 2, 2 divided by 2. Okay. So 1.04, we calculated A, exponential, time, but since it's a double stage model, we have to divide the time by 2. We will calculate P. P is A minus D divided by U minus D. A minus D divided by U minus D. So this remains same. Okay. A minus D into divided by U minus D. So this remains same. 1 minus P will be 1 minus P value. So 49% chance it will move up, 50% chance it will move down. Okay. Just checking. So we have all the variables we need to draw the tree. So we'll draw the tree and then solve it. Now it's a double stage model, two-stage model. So there will be time 0, then time 1 and time 2, because it's a two-stage model. So we are having additional steps. Okay. Now, how will the tree look like? So you will have stock. We are finding call option. So stock, call option. Then stock can move up or down. So stock up, probability of moving up. Okay. And call option price. Then stock down, probability of moving down, and call option price. This is same like the last step. So you have stock call option. It can move up, it can move down. Okay, this is same, but we are adding one more stage now. So from here, stock can again move up or move down. So you will have stock moving up or stock moving down from here. I'll move this a bit down. Okay, I'll zoom out a bit. So stock moves up, again it can move up, move down. Stock move down, it can again move up and move down. Okay, so there are one possibility of moving up, one possibility moving down. Then there are one possibility moving up, moving down, moving up and moving down. So this is a two-stage model. So you have additional steps. So you have to create a tree like that, then start filling up. So current stock price is $100. Okay. Stock moves up, it moves up by U, that is 1.34 times. Stock moves down, it moves down by 0.74. So if stock moves up, it will be 100 into U. If stock moves down, it will be 100 into D. It will be 100 times D. So stock moves up, it moves up by U. Stock move down, it moves down by U. Again, the stock can move up or stock can move down. From here to stock can move up or stock can move down. Okay. So from 134, if stock moves up, it will go to 182. If stock moves down, it will go to 100. If from 74 stock moves up, it will go to 100. If stock moves down, it will go to 54. So we found out the terminal prices when the option will expire by looking at current stock price, movement up, movement up, movement up, movement down, movement down, movement up, movement down, movement down. So these are four possibilities. You have probabilities of moving up. Okay. You have probabilities of moving down. So I'm just filling the probabilities of moving down wherever down is relevant and moving up wherever up is relevant. So you have everything now. You have stock prices, you have probabilities, right? So what we do, we have completed the tree. We'll start solving it for call options. We always start at the root and then we start moving backwards to the top. Okay. So let's start at the root. What is the exercise price? Exercise price is 110. So if option is more than 110, then you will make money. So is option more than 110? Yes. So profit will be stock price minus 110, $72 profit. Here, will it be profitable? No, because stock price is 100. Your exercise price was 110. So if it is below 110, you will not make money. So call option price 0 here. Will it be profitable here? No, it will be 0 here. Okay. Will it be profitable here? No, it will be 0 here. So if option price is more than 110, only in one case, 182. Otherwise, you will not make any money. So 0, 0, 0. So we did for the root, then we'll move backwards. So when you move backwards, call option price here equals probability multiplied by call option plus probability multiplied by call option. We did this in the previous case. Call probability of moving up into call option price, probability of moving down into call option price. Okay. And we have to discount it. So exponential minus risk-free rate 4% times 1 year, because we are moving back 1. Okay. So call option price here, 34 bucks. Here, call option price will be probability of moving up into call option price plus probability of moving down into call option price. Then we have to discount it, exponential negative sign 4% times 1. We have to discount it, exponential negative sign 4% times 1. Yeah. So we have option prices at time 1 now. We don't want it at time 1. We want it at time 0. So we have to again move backwards. So we moved back once. Now we have to move back again once. Okay. So it will be call option price into probability plus call option price into probability. Now discount it, exponential negative sign 4% times 1. 4% times 1. So your final answer is the premium for 2-year call option should be 16 bucks. Premium for 2-year call option should be 16 bucks. Any questions? So what is difference between 2-stage and single stage? So this additional step. Okay. So let's do it for a 2-stage put option now. So I'll just copy this, change. Okay, so let me copy the whole format. we are doing two-stage put option now. Okay. So I'll delete these numbers, but I'll keep the format. Okay. We'll do a fresh example. Here also, I'll keep the coloring so that it's easier to plot, but I'll make it blank. So let's do a put option. If put option price is, let's say, $50, exercise price is $49, volatility is 18%, time is 2 years, but it is a two-stage model, risk is 4%, risk free rate is 4%, and we are doing a put option price. So put option becomes profitable if price is below exercise price. Okay, so let's make exercise price 51. So it will be a little more fun. So put option is profitable if price is below exercise price. Okay. So let's start filling it up. Steps U, D, A, P, 1 minus P. So let's start calculating. Now it's a two-stage model. So you have to divide the total time by 2 if total time is given. If delta is given, use delta directly. Delta T is given, use time difference directly. So U will be exponential volatility 18% into square root of time 2 years divided by 2. Okay, so 1.19 something. D will be exponential volatility 18% times square root of 2 times divided by 2. Okay, only thing that I missed out was negative sign. When you put D, you have to put a negative sign. So you have U, you have D. A is calculated as exponential risk-free rate 4% times 2 divided by 2. 2 stage, that's why we are dividing it by 2. So 1.04, we can calculate P. It's A minus D divided by U minus D. So A minus D divided by U minus D. So P is 56%. 1 minus P will be 43%. So we calculated P, we calculated 1 minus P. We'll start putting the tree together. Okay. So tree has stock price right now. We have to calculate put price. It can go up. So stock up. Okay. Then probability of going up and put price. From here again, it can go up. So stock up. Probability of going up and put price. It can go down. So stock down. Probability of going down, put price. Okay. Then stock can go down. Probability of going down, put price. Okay. From down, it can go up, stock up. Probability of going up, put price. Stock can go down, so stock down. Probability of going down, put price. Okay. So you create a tree like this and start filling. First is stock price. Stock price is 50. Let's put in U. U is 1.19. So U will be 1.19 if it goes up. D is 0.83. Okay. So U will be 1.19, 0.83, 0.83. Okay. So you have U's, you have D's. Let's calculate stock prices. So stock moves up from 50, it will move up by 1.19. So 59. Again, stock moves up from 59, it will move up by 1.19. If stock moves down from 59, it will move down by 0.83. If stock moves down from 50, it will go to 50 times 0.83. From 41, if it moves up, it will move up by 41 times 1.19. If it moves down, it will be 41 times 0.83. So moves up, moves up, moves up, move down, up, moves down, down. Okay. Probabilities we know. Probability of moving up is 56%. So probability of moving up will be 56%, and probability of moving up here will be 57% almost. Probability of moving down we know 43%. Probability of moving down 43%, and probability of moving down 43%. So we have all the probabilities. We have stock prices at the terminal, at the root. Now we start calculating put prices. We always start at the root, start going backwards. So exercise price is 51. So I'm keeping a note here. So exercise price is 51. So we'll calculate put prices based on that. So what does put price means? If price is below 51, you make money. Price is not below 51, it is 71. So put will be 0. Price is 50. Exercise price was 51. So you make money. So it is $1 you make. Okay. How? 51 is the exercise price. Current stock price is 50. So you make $1. $1 is the profit. Then 51 is the exercise price. You make 50. $1 is profit. 51 is the exercise price, right? Current stock price is 34. So $16 is profit. So we calculated put profits. Put makes money when prices are below exercise. Okay. So I'll just zoom out a bit. So this is the tree. We have calculated values for the root. Now we have to start moving back. So put price here at this step will be probability of moving up into put price plus probability of moving up into put price discounted at exponential negative sign 4% risk-free rate times 1. Okay, 4% risk-free rate times 1. So we got put price here. Now put price here will be same thing. Probability of moving up into put price plus probability of moving down into put price discounted at risk-free rate times 1. Discounted at risk-free rate times 1. So 41 cents and $7. 41 cents and $7. Okay. Now again we have to go one step back. So put prices will be, put price here will be probability of moving up into put price plus probability of moving down into put price, exponential risk-free rate times 1. Exponential risk-free rate times 1. Okay. Any questions? So put price is $3.23. So we have discussed a single stage model, double stage model, single stage call, okay, single stage put, double stage call, double stage put. But all of these were European options. All of these were European options. What if it is an American option? So let's say it's a two-stage put model, but you are given it is an American put. It is an American put. So what changes do you have to make? So changes that you have to make in binomial trees is American options can be exercised anytime. You don't have to wait for expiry to happen to exercise them. So we have to use a max function, not at the roots. Roots, the value will be same. Whatever is the price minus exercise price. So roots doesn't change much. So roots are exactly the same. Okay. But whatever steps are before the roots, right? Above the roots. Okay. Whatever is above the roots. So these steps, right? You have to use a max function. So how to do that? So it will be max of calculated European value. So max of calculated European value and whatever exercise price you get right away. Okay. Whatever put price you get by exercising early. So once again, you have to use the max function. So max of calculated value, that doesn't change. Okay. So keep it as it is, right? Put a comma, and put can be exercised early if it is an American. So if it exercises early, it will be stock price 59.86 minus 51. So you have to put an additional step if it is an American option. Calculate the European price, compare it with exercising early. Okay. Whichever is more, that will be option. So it will be 8.6 here. It will be here max of calculated price, comma, exercise price 51 minus stock price 41. So American put, the prices are different. Same thing here also, because this is not the root. So it will be max of calculated value, comma, exercise price 51 minus 50. So if it is an American option, you have to insert max function. So how to do that? Calculate values based on Europeans, calculate the whole tree. Then put a max function in. What is max? Compare the calculated value with value if you exercise early. Okay. Whichever is more, take that value. Any questions? Okay. So I'll just remove this max function so that this doesn't confuse you when you look at it. This is just something that you have to remember. Okay. Now let's do the same problem for a two-stage option, but two-stage call option, but let's assume that it is American. So how to change it? So I'll just copy this. We have already solved for a two-stage call option, right? Everything remains same. Only thing is this is an American call. Okay, it's an American call option. So what to do? Solve the whole thing, right? Like we did. Okay, like we did. Nothing changes. Okay, once you have solved it, once you have calculated it, start using max functions. At root, nothing happens. So this is cool. This doesn't change anything. Okay, we have to change this and this. Okay, so first max function you have to use here. So max of calculated value and early exercise price. So it is early exercise prices. If you early, what was the exercise price? 110 was exercise price. So I'll just note it here. So when you use max function, it will be max of calculated value times early exercise. So stock price 134.98 minus 110. Okay, max of these two. Here also it will be max function, calculated value and early exercise value. So stock minus 110. Okay, here also you have to put a function max, calculated value and early exercise. So stock minus 110. So nothing changes if it is a call option in this case. So I'll just note it down. So if it is an American option, process is same, but for call you use max, calculated value and stock price minus exercise price. If it is a put, you use max, calculated value, strike price or exercise price minus stock price. So this is the difference if you are using American calls and puts. The process remains same. Please note, don't change anything in the root. Okay, root remains same. Everything else changes. Any questions with single stage call, single stage put, double stage call, double stage put, European options, and single American options? Great. Now this was normal. Okay, but sometimes stock pay dividend. Stocks can be based on index, or stocks can be options can be based on stocks that pay dividend. Options can be based on index, or options can be based on currency. So if an option is based on stocks that pay dividend, then you have to make one change in the whole thing, right? That changes when you calculate A. When you calculate A, you have to use this function instead of the earlier one. So if stock pays dividend, we calculate A by using exponential R minus Q times T. We were earlier using exponential R times T. Instead of doing that, we are going to use exponential R minus Q times T, where Q is the dividend yield. So this is the only change you do if stocks are paying dividend. Okay. Now indexes also pay dividend. So if you are investing in options on S&P 500 or TSX Composite that pay dividend, same thing you have to do. You have to change the formula for A. So in step 2, you have to change the formula for A. A becomes exponential r minus q times t. A becomes exponential r minus q times t. And finally, if option is based on currency, you have to again change the formula because currency has two risk-free rates. The risk-free rate in dollars, that is domestic for us, and risk-free rate in foreign currency, that is foreign for us. So the formula for A becomes A is equal to exponential R minus RF times T. Everything else remains the same. Any questions? So watch this video again, right? Play it slow, pause it, and try to solve it with me. Have an Excel sheet, right? See a little bit of the video, try to solve it, then proceed so that you will understand the binomial trees. Then we'll discuss Black-Scholes model, right, in the next chapter. These are extremely complex things, so you have to practice to understand them. Okay, so I'll stop the recording.